Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the weekly kickoff. All right, now I've got some high expectations for this week. We've got a huge amount of really consistent, top tier numbers, second tier, third tier. We've got first tier numbers as well. RBA interest rate on Tuesday, non-farm payrolls on Friday will be a key feature. But all the way through the week, we've got all these sort of second tier components like German employment numbers, German inflation numbers. And then you've got some housing numbers there out of the US to start the week. Come through Wednesday, okay, nationwide house prices, a good number for the UK, inflation numbers there in the Eurozone. And then we start to get into some of these early US employment numbers. ISM manufacturing, a really good historical number that the market sort of really trusts, okay, for what's going on. And then you come into Friday, obviously the non-farm payrolls will be the key to it, right? This is the second month, every second month, the Canadian numbers, employment numbers come out the week after, right? So it's a bit easier to digest, but the non-farm payrolls will be a key feature, but so will like the dollar, right? The dollar, if you didn't know anything about the markets and I just explained technical analysis to you, you would be looking very confident saying, yeah, the dollar looks like it's going up, right? And it is against everything. It's had one of those weeks where the whole market has got it wrong, me included, right? And I've sort of been sitting on the sidelines, but euro's going down, sterling's going down, Aussie down. Like the dollar is just going really well. And it's not about, the US economy's on fire. It's just there's some weakness here, right? UK, massive debt issues, Aussie weaker numbers. CPI a little bit better last week, but the Kiwi GDP numbers were weak. Out of all of the dollar block, which I would call Euro, Sterling, Aussie, Kiwi, to me, Euro is like the most sound, okay, out of these. And I'll show you, there's going to be some great trades here on the Euro crosses. I was saying it last week, but this week even looks a little bit more promising. Now, let's just have a look what's going on here. Now, if I just come back to the live trade hub, right? Just having a look here. Now we are like Euro is doing exceptionally well. Euro Swiss being the odd one out, the Swissy outperforming Euro, but Euro Aussie, Euro Kiwi, Euro CAD, Euro Yen. It's just doing some really great things, right? Euro Kiwi, that's something I want to be looking to get into actually. Anything, where there's the Kiwi is going to struggle against everything, right? It may not be your normal go-to, but keep an eye on this thing because it is bearish against most things because of their economic circumstances, right? The GDP, completely crap. And that should lead into a lot more pain. But what do we got here as far as the major currency pairs go? Well, we've got a lot of uncertainty, right? But there will be trading opportunities around this, around the numbers, right? As we sort of try and work out where is the bigger trend going? Because if we look at the major charts, right? This whole move, right? The dollar index, you can see it popping up, dollar Swiss, the beast, dollar yen, dollar CAD sort of, playing along. Euros just dipped below a support trend line, as has sterling, Aussie, and the Kiwi sort of banged through one there as well. So, you know what? All things being equal, the dollar is breaking out. It's going up, right? And that's sort of something that we're going to have to sort of look at because it does line up with the general sentiment here on the hourly charts, right? If we're going to be objective, I mean, I know the market can get so caught up in dollar strength or dollar weakness that you can get sidelined and you forget about the good trading opportunities. So just keep an eye on the week. As I go through the week, I'm really targeting, as I said, the Euro crosses, easy trades to pick off. Okay, we're just waiting for the timing. And at the moment, everything's a little bit mixed, right? So, and this is one other thing. I'll be covering this in a bit more detail at the workshop. But what we've got at the moment, like the US Treasury yields, right, have hardly moved, right? So there's no big strength coming from the bond market, right? What we are seeing now is your more classic risk on day, right? US equity futures are up. You got Euro, Sterling, Aussie, Kiwi going top side and the dollar going down against most other things. That is a really nice day, right? So you're thinking, well, you know what? I could be getting long Euro, Sterling, Aussie, Kiwi because we've got this risk on profile. And you can, but this is a little bit of the dilemma that we've got just at the moment. and I think it will work itself out pretty quickly during the week here. Like sterling, for example, right? It's massively overbought, but it's breaking through a resistance trend line, and we've got a risk on day where US equity futures are going up, so the dollar's coming off. That is some of the things that we need to sort of think about and like put it together. So to me, Monday, first thing, Asian sessions open. There's been no crazy news, global news to upset things. If anything, the market's sort of just having a look around, reading bits and pieces. Okay, the dollar's doing well. Yes, it is. That's for sure. Then you can have a look across the various pages, see what else is going on, get a feel for the global market, right? What are we really looking at? And that's what you should be doing. You come back, check the global markets page. Everything looks lined up. Okay, we've got the dollar breaking higher against just about everything. So that's something we've got to respect. If you're looking for currency relative strength, you can see against a lot of currencies, the dollar is doing quite well. Euro, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi, not so good today, but that's just the short-term picture, right? The And this is where we come back. So we've got the layout, we've got the technical setups, right? And there's stuff like we get weaker US numbers here and say strong sterling. There's massive scope for big ricochets here, right? That's what you want to be looking for with the numbers. This is like going from sort of just trending markets to really coming back, understanding the whole markets and being able to jump onto the economic data releases and harness the power of those. So as we come through the week, you want to keep a very close eye on just what's coming out, right? You'll see that on the key macros here on the live trade hub, but also whether you're using your favorite calendar or even our calendar for that matter, you can go through and just sort of piece it out and feel it out. I think we're going to see a lot more extensive moves as we go through the week. Tuesday, obviously, Chinese manufacturing numbers, very important for Aussie and Kiwi. We've got a bunch of German Eurozone numbers. US consumer confidence, okay, that's something. These are little numbers that sort of can get hidden away. But if we're focusing on trading opportunities, whether they be short term or a little bit longer, we can jump on these things, right? And we've got loads of them, right? ISM manufacturing numbers there as well. Eurozone inflation numbers. It looks great, right? And there's something for everyone. It's not like the Antipodeans are going to get left behind. They've got lots to trade as well. Then the European and North American sessions. It's a really well-rounded week with lots to consider as far as the technical perspective goes. All right, guys, that's it from me. I mean, I don't want to talk too much because I'm pretty excited about the prospects and sort of instead of sitting back too, like looking to get a little bit more active, just taking some money out, right? Even if you've got a weekly sort of goal of $1,000 or $2,000, right? Let's go in there and get it. If you don't have that goal, you'll probably sit back and go, it just doesn't look that good, right? Once again, these are all the sort of funky stuff that we're going to be covering in the Gold Coast workshop. So those traders that are looking forward to a bit of to accelerate their trading performance, then that's something you can be looking at. This week, upcoming live webinars. The key to longevity is sticking to your plan, right? It may sound simple, but I'll dig a little bit deeper into it and then really get some scope because your plan, when you first start trading, your plan is where you get in and where you get out. But as you become more experienced, your plan is going to be adjusting your trading strategy according to what's happening in the market to keep the cash rolling in, right? Because you can get caught up in not just taking the small wins, right? And you focus so much on the bigger trades that you leave a lot of cash on the table. Anyway, I'll be covering that tomorrow. That'll be recorded. So, excuse me, if you can't make it, then don't worry yourself too much about that. All right, guys, that's it for me for now. It's a solid week. Let's tune up your charts on Monday and let's get ready to trade. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.